Sometimes, just sometimes, we need to get out and take a walk. Get out and enjoy what is all around us. Get out and slow the roll. Today, I'm talking about a fragrance that will stop you in your tracks and bring instant reflection into your days. Well, days when things were simpler, less pressure of a digital life, where the surroundings and nature were more a part of us because of force and not trying to force it to happen. These are the days where the door would be opened for you without question and a gentleman was commonplace. Going out for any event was a big deal. And your fragrance, well, that was the invisible mystery that some can surprise you with, and at one sniff pull you into the realm, and you don't even know why you can't get away, but are drawn to more conversation just to follow the sillage. The vintage French houses knew how to do this all too well, and now I dig into my pocket and we have a masterpiece that brings the roaring 20s back to life with a full modern globalism in a bottle. Not once have I had a fragrance that has accomplished both at the same time and in one breath of my nose. I'm looking at Andy Towers' Lyonnaise 25. The scoring on this one, overall, I'm going to go there first, 5 out of 5. Wearing on this one, nights out study sessions. Addictiveness, this is an 8 out of 10. Sillage, 7.5 out of 10. Originality, 9.5 out of 10. Bottle worthy, yes. The base pairing I have for this would be a Kinam oud underneath this. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a masterpiece fragrance from a modern perfumer doing all in-house work in his studio. And I just had the pleasure to try this to my nose and grab a bottle. Stay tuned for the full review. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the artistic opening of this fragrance. Today we're reviewing, I had to review this one. It is available if you search on it. If you're in the US, you're going to have to search elsewhere. Unless you get lucky, any local shops that carry Tower might have bottles left of this thing. There were 500 made of it. I wouldn't put it up if it wasn't such a special fragrance, and I know there's a place still selling samples of it. Hopefully you can get it. This, without further ado, this is Lyonnaise 25 by Andy Tower Perfumes. So 500 bottles of these were made for the 25th anniversary of Tower. It comes in a 50 ml. Again, I didn't see this on anybody's top 10 list of 2018. Just, I don't know how not. I do not know how not. Maybe people are just rushing or didn't. There were samples 6 months before. There aren't many reviews of this out there. I mean, this bottle was one that was missed by, at least what I see on the fragrance community. I was fortunate enough to pick. I mean, I almost didn't. I just read it, and that's why I'm dressed like this. It's I'm like, okay, old school kind of fragrance. I'm into that kind of stuff. Let's see what this is about. Andy does one of the best bottles in the business, this octagon shape. I always get scared though that all his bottles I have, the juice goes down. As far as a brand, I think I have 5 of his bottles. Overall, it's the most juice of a brand that goes down because I'll like once I crave an Andy a tower, I'll switch them up so the juice stays even coming down in them. Because like 3 of my 4 bottles aren't even available on the site right now. So and they're my favorites. I love each one of them. But this one I'm gonna have to figure out. I sprayed it for you guys as just a gift to the air kind of thing, and letting the world share kind of thing. But I felt every one of those sprays go out on that one. Here's some notes. Big citrus, spices, nutmeg, ginger, rose, powdery iris, ylang, tonka, full body of woods, musky, benzoin, and that's off of the Tower site. How he put this fragrance into a bottle, I have no idea. I'm not a fan of powdery, but this is just done right. Maybe it's just done right. There's powderiness in there, but there's also masculinity, feminine. I mean, it's a unisex fragrance, but it just like shows the best of both worlds and just is an accord that is its own thing. It's an incredible thing that Andy can do into the bottle. This takes me into the times of the Great Gatsby kind of thing. We're gentlemen. We're gentlemen. The fedoras were worn, very commonplace. Now you're out of place when you wear them. I love fedoras. This is a great excuse to wear one. This video. And then all of a sudden, the fragrance is also the modern man. At the same time, it's mixing 2 time periods together in just good harmony. And in my mind, I would never think that was possible, but he just does. You think they're so far off that you'd smell one and love one, but it just in a whiff in this fragrance, it just is carried. That's my scent of the day. That's what I'm wearing today. That's why I didn't do a scent of the day off the top. This is what I'm wearing today. This is, the dapper generation. This is just what this brings me back to. And you can be dapper in modern day. So hopefully without being too hipster. But that's okay if you are too. Not saying there's a mix. I love dapper though. It always have. I don't think it goes out of style. Let's see. Yeah, when to wear. So this is I put this this is why I pulled this out. It was raining like crazy here in the Northwest. And I go to my fragrances and I'm like, okay, yeah, the Tower, okay. Then I'm like, I got the old school one. Let me try that again. I've wore it a bunch before and loved it before, but something with the rain on that day, I put it on. Again, this is one of those fragrances that bury me in. We go to this hidden bar kind of place. It has a dark pool hall and shuffleboard, and there's an air hockey in there, and sports are on, but not your modern sports day bar. Very old, rustic, antique lighting place. This fragrance is for that place. It just modern men in that kind of age and day just marries well with that kind of place. So that's what I thought of when doing that. The rainy days, being in the coffee shop, just watching that rain come down, smelling this. I'm talking the warm lighting, a fire going on, people talking about, Boston Tea Party kind of stuff. You're talking about, revolution kind of stuff. And this is a fragrance that just takes me to that place, that kind of setting. Not that I do any of that, but just that kind of setting. I study that stuff, and that's what I imagine. These guys, just a proper upper level kind of smell that's in this bottle. Yeah, I mean, Imaginary Authors does this. I mentioned this close to this, but this is one of those scents that will fight for that day also for me. How Andy doesn't get, I know he gets a lot of recognition for his court. Obviously, Luca Turin, who I actually went and saw if you reviewed this after I wrote all this. I'll get into that just a bit here, but from mainstream, like how this Accord isn't in your big houses, and I kind of don't want it to, but this is such a, I mean, Luca Turin, it's once in a lifetime Accord. It's crazy what and then he mixes it with all this other stuff, and it just turns into magic. Any mix I see him putting with his Accord in there is just turns it into magic. I love it off the skin. It's a lot of synthetics in it, and it doesn't bother me at all. They just sing and are just great composed together. Amazing. This guy's self-taught and keeps putting this stuff out over and over again. I can't. You focus on the notes that I read off the top. I get some of those, but there's just so much more going on. My brain can't wrap around and pick out. Great fragrance. Now, Luca Turin, he did a write-up on this fragrance, a 5-star fragrance. He must love Andy, because this is the third 5-star I know about from him. He, what did he say? He related this to a vintage Shalimar. And that's one of the highest compliments ever right there. The Guerlain Shalimar vintage, that's one of the most sought after fragrances there is, and he related this to this. I haven't put my nose on a vintage Shalimar. I can only imagine, but this is beautiful. If you guys are seeing this, I mean, race to the few bottles that are left. Before I did this, there are a couple out there. You're gonna have to deal with the international stuff, but it's worth it. It's all worth it. I might say all this and he might launch this fragrance again, so you never know. But at least my review's out there, my thoughts are out there on this, and I would give this a 5 out of 5 on this. And as I discussed, that's the times I'd wear it. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. There's the bottle again, Lance 25. I hope I say that right. I should probably do more study on pronunciation. They almost have to release a pronunciation card with these perfumes when they come. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Be blessed.